Today I'm going to be quickly covering a topic that has been done to death by so many Redditors and YouTubers and guide makers, which is what champions you should be picking. Now the difference in this guide is I'm going to tell you the best ways to work out how you should try and decide what champion you should be deciding on. So meta-analysis right there. Method is probably the easiest and not a method I actually disapprove of, which is just looking at win rates. Now, right now you can see the highest win rates are Ivern and Ahri, which makes sense. These champions are pretty much considered broken at the moment, although Ahri's ban rate is suspiciously low. I wish people would start banning Ahri more. Ahri gets under the radar because she doesn't feel powerful. That's kind of an aside. Casual player, if you sort by win rate and choose something in the first page, chances are you're going to do fine on it. The one thing you have to look out for is that everyone will have played versus these champions loads. If you pick Ahri, everyone knows how much damage Ahri does this patch. No one's going to get surprised. You're going to be forced to outplay, rely on your macro knowledge, etc. You're not going to cheese any wins by picking Ahri. A good champion this way, take something that has a higher win rate and a low ban rate. If you look at the highest ban rates right now, there's almost no point, sadly, meaning Katarina at the moment, because you're just never going to be able to play her. It gets kind of frustrating as a Katarina main, but no one wants to play versus Kat right now, despite her having a statistically worse win rate than Ahri by far, mainly because people find her frustrating to play versus. The easiest way of finding what champion you should play, and generally if you look on these tier lists are pretty lazy. They do the same thing, they search by top win rates and will give a summary for you. Also, I just searched for League of Legends tier list, nerf please. This makes enough sense, you can read a summary here. You'll do reasonably well enough picking any of these. Boy, we're moving into some never do this. One thing people do is I've searched League of Legends on YouTube, and as we move down we get various clickbait titles from awful YouTubers, and new Amumu rework is broken. Now this isn't quite relevant because Amumu is always good in solo queue. But if you see something like this and they're saying like, all these new changes are broken, they're probably not. I mean, well, let's look at maybe on being unfair on Brofesca. Oh god, no, let's not watch this. No. Alright, this is hurting me physically to watch this. But the stuff that he suggests, people don't seem to be able to differentiate between entertainers and people who are seriously trying to go to the top in League. For example, he's telling you to build full tank Cho'Gath right now? No, don't do it. Same thing applies to Twitch streams. The very top Twitch streams, I've taken a bad time to do it because the LCS is on at the moment, so all the big Twitch streamers aren't streaming. But if you look at someone like Nightblue who's playing, I don't know, full AP Rengar in bronze games again, that's not an efficient build. Don't do that. You can, however, look for smaller Twitch streamers. Say, look for someone in Master Tier or Challenger Tier. Like this guy, Best ZNA, unless he's like a clickbaiting idiot, it's probably going to be a competent Z player to watch. And the smaller Twitch streamers, they're also going to answer your questions. If you go and join Nightblue's stream while he's streaming to 50,000 people, crushing people in bronze, you're not going to get any serious questions answered, and you're not going to learn anything significant about the champions. The way to use YouTube is to either search for an ex-pro or a Halo player. Skara is a good example, although he does sometimes lean a bit more towards the entertainer side, but generally he has good opinions and good rundowns, and he'll probably not tell you to build something completely stupid like AP Rengar. And one of the best ways to climb is one-tricking a champion. Now this is a popular one, and so many people ask, how do I decide what to one-trick? Now, first of all, avoid something with a high ban rate right now. If you're going to have to contest it, the most important thing is being able to play the same champion every game and improve to the point where you can focus on your macro game rather than the individual champion. But right at the moment, I've stopped playing League quite seriously because my favourite champion, Katarina. You're not going to be able to pick Kat the majority of games, and it's going to take ages before Riot finally balance Kat to a point where people stop banning her. The thing is, it has to be something with a high skill cap, something you can play every game. Well, maybe not high skill cap, but something that there's a learning curve to. I mean, one-tricking Nunu, people do it, but I'm not sure there's that much value in learning the mechanics of Nunu. Now, if you're going to choose a champion to one-trick, I would search by lowest ban rate. You want something that's a good win rate and something that isn't going to be changed soon. Sion is a very good option right now. Karthus is always a pretty good option, but he's really difficult to use, to be honest. And something like Fiddlesticks is okay, but Fiddle is at risk of significant changes or reworks, so you've got to be careful doing that. Serious player and only care about climbing in ELO, rather than having fun, because League is serious business, one-tricking a champion is probably the most efficient way to climb. In my second season of playing, I got to Master Tier in Season 5, because I pretty much played only Katarina, and I'm embarrassed to say some Soraka. I said mid/support in the old champion select, and that's what I would do. I would only play these two champions, I would learn every matchup, and I'd be able to focus on playing the game rather than playing the champion. Great, you've chosen a champion, how do I learn more about it? The very best way is to search on YouTube. I recommend maybe going through Reddit to find the champion main subreddits and finding some high elo players that play your champion. And watch the full replays of games, especially early games. Watch, I don't know, as many early game matchups as possible. Before, Twitch is good, but I would say a good rule is no more than 200 viewers. You want people who will be answering your questions and generally responding more to the viewers. It's okay to find serious players rather than entertainment, which is an important thing. Although we have, Teemo mains, Zed mains. If they look for it in the title, S Diana 2. I recommend that person if you're looking at Diana. Don't focus too much if they're toxic or not. Ignore what they say in chat. S Diana 2, I think, is a famous toxic player. Not banned yet, but whatever. It is they know their champion, and if you want to learn that champion to the full extent, that's a really good place to start. Boys, this one to avoid. Going to League of Legends, let's look at what the pros are playing right now. We have LeBlanc, Gragas, Rengar. Wow, these seem like fun, high-impact champions, right? Let's switch back over to that win rates. Let's just save some time by searching by very lowest win rates. Oh look, LeBlanc, Rengar, Maokai, or Camille, all of these champions you're seeing in pro play. Play is extremely different to solo queue. You might say, oh, I can practice these champions loads, but no, they will never be as effective as in pro games. Ryze, just never play Ryze before he gets another inevitable rework. However good you are on Ryze, you're reliant on your teammates being able to follow your ults well to be effective. LeBlanc needs to dominate lane, and if you're in pro play, a coordinated team, you can use your lane advantage to push for a win. In solo queue, you'll go throw, and suddenly you're at 30 minutes of LeBlanc and you're utterly useless. These are just flavour of the month, copy whatever's OP, take the highest win rates rather than what pros are doing, because otherwise you end up with people like this. This is a diamond level Gragas player here. Oh god, it's tragic. Can we just fully appreciate the extent of how hard he misplayed this? This is absolutely everything, and causes the game to be sort of thrown on his own, throwing the lead. That was a LCS watcher. Right, in conclusion, the very best way to climb, in my opinion, is one-tricking a champion. So choose something with a low win rate and low play rate, because if you play a champion that not many people know, then you can surprise them with your damage. For example, Talon, before he became flavour of the month with their lethality buffs, no one knew how strong Talon's level 2 was. Talon's level 2 before the nerfs was pretty much a guaranteed kill if you got your passive off, and people just didn't expect that, so it was just literally free elo when he was weaker, because people didn't know how to play versus him. Next on my tier list of searching for tier lists is just going by the highest win rate. It's really hard to do badly on Pantheon, for example. He's mechanically simple, he's got good itemization, decent global pressure, all round a good solo queue champion, which is why he has a high win rate. And then I'd probably say the next best thing to do is searching through high elo Twitch streamers who don't one trick a champion. For example, I don't know, maybe Heshinjin or something. Go back to my point of ignoring how they type in game. Don't follow Heshinjin's mentality. But if you see what he's playing, unless it's Jax, he's probably playing some top laner that split pushes well. That's a good playstyle to follow if you want to climb solo queue. And the last thing, don't copy the pros. Pro games are completely different from solo queue. Just don't pick Ryze. Please don't pick Ryze and LeBlanc. You're never going to win with them. Right, thanks for watching.